Hey, yo, how y'all doing, YouTube? Today we're doing a tier list of the Modern Warfare 2 maps. This is the OG Modern Warfare 2 from, I think, 2009. You know, with the new one coming out in about a month now, I figured why not go, take a trip down memory lane and get some nostalgia and check out the maps. I'll make a list of my favorite maps. Obviously, you guys can let me know down in the comments below whether you agree, disagree, and tell me your favorites. But yeah, let's get started. And I mean, the whole reason I'm doing this actually before we get started is, I've been playing some of the OG Modern Warfare 2 lately on PC and been having some fun. And obviously, while we're talking about the different maps, I'll be putting some gameplay for you guys to check out. I haven't been on all the maps since I've been playing, so some might not have footage, but I'll see what I can do. To get started, we got Afghan. Honestly, contrary to popular belief, I'd say Afghan is a great map, to be honest. Like, I've seen other people make tier lists and stuff, and they don't really like Afghan. I don't know why. Maybe because of the noob tubes. Like, you do get noob tubed a lot. I don't know. The way I play, usually just like with a silenced AR, I run around like the kind of cliffside and like, the B flag and cliffside area, like around that part of the map, if you know domination, if you remember that. But, it's a great map. I don't know. I just love the desert vibe. I like the plane in the middle, decent amount of cover. But sometimes when enemy teams would get kill streaks, like AC-130, chopper gunner, you just get destroyed. But yeah, I'm gonna keep it in great. Yeah, let's move on to the next one, which is Derail. So for Derail, I'm gonna put it at terrible. I think we could all agree that this map was not it. Trust me, I love winter style maps. I think the whole winter style is cool. People, wearing the white ghillie suits and the snow and everything. But I don't know, this map was just not it. It didn't cut it for me. People just camped either the A flag, C flag, or in the middle building, and people just noob tube all day long. So wasn't fun for me, for my play style. And keep in mind, this is just my personal opinion, obviously. So if you love Derail or whatever, more power to you, but it's not it for me. That being said, we can quickly move on to the next one, which is Estate. I'm gonna put it on at mid. I think it was a pretty mid map. Granted, we don't have much variety with these tiers. It's just elite, great, decent, mid, or terrible. And I think it's mid. Like a lot of camouflage, lots of people hiding. Some people, really loved it, and to me it's just mid. Not really great, not the worst map, but yeah, it's like that mid tier, I would say. And I don't know, mid might be confusing because it's not in the middle. Decent is in the middle. When I say mid, it's like below average kind of. I mean, I'm sure most of you guys could figure that out. But yeah, next, Favela. Easy, easy choice for me. Great fun map. Lots of the dynamic of the map is cool. You could fight on the rooftop, fight in the alleyways, fight in the buildings too. Typical 3-lane Call of Duty kind of map, and I enjoyed it personally. I don't know about you guys, but it was a lot of fun. Just some good memories, good gunfights, and that's all I can say about it, I think most of us liked it. And the next map that you guys can see is High Rise, and I mean, come on, this is an elite map. This is one of the best maps of all time. Like, High Rise is undefeated. From the cross map sniping to the different routes you can take between both sides of the map. You can go underground, can go overground, can fight in that middle area by the B flag. It's just great. And plus it had a lot of Easter eggs with the different places you could climb onto. The crane was a cool aspect of it as well. It's elite for sure. Everyone loves this map. Great for trick shotting, great for playing regularly. I know lots of people noob tubed on there too, so it's not, people, I'm sure people don't have the best memories of it sometimes, but all in all, it's a great map. It's elite. It's one of the best in Call of Duty history. And I guess I should have prefaced this by saying Modern Warfare 2, the original Modern Warfare 2 of 2009, is probably my favorite Call of Duty of all time, and honestly I think one of the best games of all time as well. I just had such great memories on it. One of the first first person shooters that I played, so it was great. I really enjoyed it. And with that being said, let's move on to the next map, which is Invasion. So with Invasion, I don't know, I kind of want to move it to, I don't know, it's better than Estate. It's decent. I'm gonna put it at mid. It wasn't the worst. I'll put it above Estate though. I think it's above Estate. It's just, kind of there. It's not crazy cool. It's not the worst. It is what it is. Honestly, I don't mind it. I'd rate it a 4 out of 10 maybe. Not one of the best maps, but it's there. People played it. Had some decent games on it, lots of people camping in buildings and setting up claymores and whatnot. Granted, I used to do some of that myself back in the day, but it's just one of those maps. Next, we got Karachi. I'll go ahead and just put in decent right away. I think it was a pretty decent map, about average. Good spawns, good, you know, dynamics, like levels to the map, like rooftops, you know, different stories to buildings, different places you could climb up to, you know, different like approaches around the map. It wasn't like your typical 3-lane kind of Call of Duty map, you know, it was more like a circle, like, you know, that middle part, like by the B flag in the middle, and then like kind of a couple like rings around it where people could run around or whatever. I don't know if any of that made sense. Hopefully it did, but you know what I mean. It was a cool map, something a little different, I think, than the typical Call of Duty map. Next, we got Quarry, and I don't know how many of you guys feel about it. I've seen some people's tier lists and map rankings of Modern Warfare 2, but I don't know. I personally really loved Quarry. It was always a good time for me. I'm gonna put it at great, and honestly, the way I should rank these, I'll put, I'll do it like that. Favela, then yeah, I'll do it like that. I love Quarry. Quarry was cool. A lot of noob tubes, especially. So I played mainly domination, right? And on that B flag, oh my God, anytime anyone touched it, there's at least 3 noob tubes getting sent right away. Like when you hear that, like, oh, enemies are taking Bravo, at least 3 noob tubes getting fired right away. But I don't know. It was a fun map. Good for running and gunning UMP, you know, around the map. It was always a good time. So that's why I put it in great. Before we move on to the next map, I just want to tell you guys that if you haven't already done so, make sure you click the thumbs up button to like the stream. It really helps us out. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the video, and hopefully you guys are agreeing with how I'm ranking these maps so far. If you're not, definitely let me know in the comments below. I want to hear what you guys have to say. Any specific maps that you would disagree with, let me know which ones and why in the comments. Also, make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Once Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 comes out, we're going to be grinding that so hard. We're going to be playing lots of games, posting videos, almost daily streams. So if you want to stick around for that and join the community, join the movement, help us grow, you're more than welcome to. We'd be happy to have you. And yeah, you can subscribe. We'll also be playing the multiplayer beta once that gets released for PC, which will be next week at the time of recording this. And I'm, you know, really looking forward to that. And last thing I want to quickly mention is you can join our Discord. The link is in the description of the video below. Join our community. That way you'll never miss when we post a video or go live or have any specific announcements for the community. Sometimes we'll be having events, giveaways, or even competitions as well. If you want to join that, you're more than welcome to. The link is down below. All right, next we got Rundown. And honestly, I don't know. I was never a fan of this map at all. Like, I did not like it whatsoever. I'm honestly going to put it at, I think I'll put it terrible, just in front of Derail though. Derail is the worst, I think, in my opinion. Who knows? Maybe one of the remaining maps might be worse. I'm not even sure. But terrible, top of terrible, maybe bottom of mid, something like that. We could rearrange it at the end if we need to. But yeah, just the coloring of this map, it's like so dark and kind of not many nice colors. You know, it's not nice to look at. Since I play domination a lot, the different rotations and lanes on the map are not nice at all. You know, everything's, you know, you got to cross a bridge on the 3 lanes, and you know, you just can get gate kept and you're screwed. You know, you get spawn trapped, you get destroyed. Not really that many great memories, but it is what it is. I'll put it top of terrible. Next, we got one of the big guns, guys. We got Rust. And honestly, it was a decent map, you know, nothing, I'm kidding. It was elite. It's definitely elite. It's one of the most iconic maps in Call of Duty history. You know, the 1v1, you know, heaven. Everyone would want a 1v1 there. It honestly didn't show up in many map rotations, like, especially like I already mentioned, played domination a lot. You know, you never really got many games on Rust, but it was always fun. I know they remastered it in the Modern Warfare game that came out in 2019, I think it was. That was fun. Definitely an elite. It's iconic, great for trick shotting. Lots of fun. Next, we have Scrapyard. And honestly, I don't know how you guys feel about this. This might be a little controversial. I know some people really love this map, but it's mid for me. I'll put it above Estate, but still, it's mid. It's not that good. It's, again, another one of those maps that's just not pleasant to look at. Really ugly. People camping, people hiding. Not much really going on. I mean, sometimes it's fast paced and, you know, a lot of action, but honestly, not it for me. Like, I personally did not like that map whatsoever. But yeah, I'll just say that. You know, I'll keep it at that, leave it in mid. Next, for Skid Row, I'm gonna go, honestly, I'll do top of decent. I really loved Skid Row personally. I would put it in great, but we already have 3 there. Plus, I know not everyone really liked this map, and lots of camping and noob tubing involved. So we'll leave it in decent, but it was one of my favorite maps personally. Always had a good time. You know, nice pathing and like, you know, lanes to attack different points on the map. So that gives it extra, I guess, brownie points or whatever you want to call it. But great map. I loved Skid Row a lot. Now we got Subbase. Subbase is also another kind of sneaky good one for me. I personally loved Subbase. I'll put it at top of decent ahead of Skid Row. It was, I don't know, I just have a thing for the snowy kind of wintry maps. It's just you know, appeals to me, I guess. I love Subbase, great map, lots of fun, lots of, you know, great domination games on there and different points to hold, and, you know, kind of easy to get kill streaks as well, since if you can like spawn trap the enemy team. So that's like a bonus, I guess. But yeah, I love Subbase, very, very fun map. Next, we got the one. This is literally the one. I don't have to even say much. Terminal, you know, number one in elite, best of the best. Doesn't get better than that. Terminal is just so many people's favorite. It's been remastered in so many different games, and it's always a good time. Very, very iconic map, fun play style, you know, good map design, and, you know, I don't think you can say a bad thing about it, really. Like, sometimes people can get a little campy or noob tubey, you know, that's part of the game. That's what makes COD. I was gonna say that that's what makes COD fun, but nah, like, noob tubing definitely kind of sucks. But yeah, it's elite, number one. Nothing else has to be said. Next, we got Underpass. That honestly might be the worst map. So dark and gray and moody and bad and rainy, and it sucked. I don't think anyone enjoyed that map, really. Lots of camping, lots of hiding. You can't find people on the map. It's just such an annoying map to play. It almost always got voted, like, you know, when you could vote to skip the map, almost always got voted to skip. So that's all that has to be said. It's the worst. I even put it worse than Derail. Before we move on to this last map, which is Waistline, as you can see, I just want to mention that we are now partnered with W. You guys can use code Yevo on the link in the description for a 10% discount. While you guys get a discount, it supports me as well as the creators, so I appreciate that a lot. And get your W down below. And finally, we have Waistland. Some people loved it. You know, sniper's heaven, I guess. I will put it above Estate, to be honest, in mid. Not that good, no cover, it's just a wide open map. Someone gets a Harrier on there, you're gonna get nuked, pretty much guaranteed. So, you know, nothing too crazy. It is kind of iconic though, with like the cross map noob tubing in the beginning, and then people just snipe in the rest of the game. Yeah, I think mid is probably what it deserves. But yeah, I think that's our tier list. It looks pretty good. Let's just go through it real quick one more time. So elite, we have Terminal, then High Rise, then Rust. I like that personally. Next in the great category, Favela, Afghan, and Quarry. Works for me. Decent is Subbase, Skid Row, this is Karachi, right? Yeah, I think Karachi. These are pretty good. I like that. Karachi, it's hanging on there. It's decent. Yeah, we'll give it that. Then mid, good old Invasion, Scrapyard, Wasteland, and Estate. Yeah, it is what it is. I think Estate could even maybe go down to terrible personally, but we'll leave it there. And then we got Rundown, Derail, and Underpass, terrible. And those maps suck, so I think they should definitely stay there. But yeah, I mean, that's our tier list for Modern Warfare 2. Hopefully the new Modern Warfare 2 that comes out in October has a bunch of better maps, and then we could eventually do a tier list for that. But building up to the release of Modern Warfare 2, we're going to be posting a lot of videos, a lot of content, kind of taking a trip down memory lane, as I mentioned before, with different tier lists, you know, checking out the perks of the previous Call of Duties, the different maps and whatnot. So if you guys are interested, don't forget to click the like button and subscribe to the channel. It really helps us out, helps us grow, helps promote our content to other people who also enjoy this kind of stuff. So if you do that, it's greatly appreciated. And with all that being said, I want to thank you guys for watching the video, and I'll catch you in the next one.